So here we are moving to our 10th grade circles portion. Okay. The first topic here, actually there's only one major topic here, that is tangent. Okay, before in class 9th we have explored circles quite in depth, except this topic. Excuse me. So we're going to start with what is a tangent. Okay. Now before we get into that, take a circle. Okay, take a circle and you see when I have a circle and a line on the same plane, when I have a circle and a line on the same plane, three situations can arise. Okay, this circle and line can be far away from each other, not touch at all. That's one situation. The circle and line can intersect at 2 points. Okay, or the circle and line can intersect at one single point. Okay, then can touch at one single point. Does that make sense? Yeah. These are the three. Any other situation possible when there are a circle and line? No, we're good with this. Yeah. So this particular situation where it just touches the circle is called a tangent. Okay, the line is called a tangent to the circle, to this circle. But this blue line is called the tangent to this blue circle. We good with that? That's what a tangent is. Yeah. We will start with the definition of a tangent. A tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. Okay. You directly write the definition and quickly draw a rough diagram. Okay. A tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. Everyone is okay with this definition? Just roughly you make a circle without using the compass is also fine and draw a tangent to it. Okay. As an example. Okay. 30 seconds to copy this down. A quick question. How many tangents are possible do you think in a circle? How many tangents are possible? Abhi? Infinite tangents. Where are these infinite tangents possible at? On the circle, every point. There are infinite number of points here. As there are infinite number of points on the circle, each point can have a tangent. Be good with that? Okay. Now, how many tangents do you think are possible at one single point? At this point, how many tangents I can draw? You're understanding my question, Abhi? Samjhe? Question samjhe? Okay. How many tangents can I draw at this point? Tulsi? Huh? You think infinite? Okay. Hemant? Okay. Manisha? How many? Any other answers other than one and infinite? Yeah. That will be the same tangent. No. Right? Hemant? One. Okay. The answer is one. Okay. So what will happen? Tulsi, you imagine this. If I take this line at this point, no, it's touching here. So I have to draw another line which is touching this point once only. It is touching this point only. Okay. But if I try to draw a little bit also like this, you see it will start touching another point here. You getting me? Then it will no longer be a tangent. It will be touching it at 2 points. Okay. You're understanding this visually? Yeah. We'll see a proof for that also. Okay. Maybe I'll say yes. Lines can intersect generally. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि how many tangents are possible at one point? Only one tangent is possible at one point. Okay. Lines can intersect, yeah, but then one of them will be tangent, one of them will not be. Right. Okay. So here, so the next point you have to write is only one tangent. Below that only you write as a point. Okay. Like you can put a bullet point here and write only one tangent. Or you can write it like this. I should have written it like this. Here you write there is only one tangent at a point of the circle. Okay. There is only one tangent at a point of the circle. Good with that? Now we can ideally we should have done an activity where we could have taken a thread here. We can drawn a circle, and if we move that thread a little bit also, you'll see that there it is intersecting at 2 points. Okay. maybe you can do it later and try it out. Okay, right now you're not doing. Moving on. Now, suppose now the next definition that we need is the word secant. Basically, this particular line. Okay, we saw three situations now at the beginning, and there's a line and a circle on the same plane. So this particular situation, the red situation, is a secant situation. Okay, how will I define a secant? Can you tell me? Maybe Dilruba can try. Okay, Dinesh, go ahead. Try to use come back to see how tangent we have defined and try to do it that way. Nishchay? Okay, a line intersecting a circle at two distinct points. This particular this is a chord, which is a very good observation. Dinesh, fantastic observation. Okay, you can go that way also. A chord extended on both sides infinitely. Like we go to line is a line segment extended infinitely both sides. That's a perfectly valid explanation. Perfectly valid definition. Dinesh, I'm going with the textbook definition. Okay, no problem with your answer. All right. So secant, you'll draw one rough diagram, and you will define it as a line that intersects the circle at 2 points. How do you define this? Line that intersects the circle at 2 points. Okay. You can write Dinesh definition also. Okay, if you like it. Intersects a circle at 2 distinct points will be better, right? Yes. 2 distinct points, because what is the 2 points overlap? So 2 distinct points, just to be clear. Okay. Here, this line L is a secant. Okay. Now, a chord will be a part of a secant. Can we all visualize that? We good with that? Yeah. So in this is the chord. So AB, which is a part of line L. L is a secant, AB is a chord. Okay with that, Kishan? Yeah. No need to write that. 30 seconds. Okay, now there's another way of putting it. Okay, so you see, if I keep on bringing this here, 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 finally, what will it become? Tangent, right? So a tangent is a special case of a secant. Do you understand that? Where both its end point, both the points where it meets the circle coincides. Okay with that, Dilruba? Sanjay, Shilpi, are you good with me? Okay. So let's write this down also. A tangent is a special case of the secant where the 2 endpoints of its corresponding chord. You understand what I mean by corresponding chord? This green part is the corresponding chord of this line L. Okay, where the endpoints of its corresponding chord coincide. Okay. There is a relation, but we are not going to touch on it now. It's in higher maths. Okay. There is a relation. Tangent word is also tan, theta. Okay, there is a relation, but you will learn it later. Yeah. Now, coming back to this thing. Okay, the word tangent, just something for people who are interested in general knowledge. The word tangent comes from the Latin word. The word tangent comes from the Latin word tangle. The tanning of skin, that's tan. No. It comes from the Latin word tangier, T-A-N-G-E-R-E. I don't know how it is pronounced. Okay. The meaning of this word is to touch. So the line is just touching the circle. Can you see that? It's like it's just touching, it's not cutting. So the I am not sure. let's be here, okay, right now, okay. Latin word, okay. Latin, it means to touch, okay. Just something for people who are interested in GK. Coming back, okay. Now the point, okay, basically, actually, should have written it here, but it's not a problem. We'll write it down here. The point of contact. Okay. Here, in case of tangent, this is for tangent only. Okay. In case of tangent, we will not say point of intersection. We will say point of contact. Okay. Is the common point of the tangent of the circle. Okay. Very good. Perfect. Okay. The common point of the tangent and the circle is called the point of contact. Okay. The tangent is said to touch. This is actually a word which we use in questions and in problems here. Okay. This tangent is said to touch the circle at the common point. Good with this? Okay, moving on in 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. Moving on. So here, there is one more interesting point which we should note. Okay, take a secant. Okay, this is a question for you to think about for a minute. Okay, take a secant, any secant. Okay, I'll take this secant. I'll draw it in red. Take this secant. Okay. Now, how many tangents do you think? How many tangents are there? Okay. The question is, how many tangents are there that are parallel to the secant? Think about it for a minute. Many lines I can draw which are parallel to this line, right? I can keep on drawing lines which are parallel. There will be infinite lines, right? Which are parallel to this line. But the question is, how many of those lines are tangent to this circle? You're understanding me? I see, for instance, go ahead to Abhi. Abhi is saying 2. That is the perfect answer. Yes, Abhi. Okay. There are 2 points which are parallel to this circle. Parallel to this. There are 2 lines which are tangent also and parallel to this line also. Okay. Where will they be? There are 2 tangents to the circle. But 2 tangents which are parallel to this line. Which are where will those lines be, Manisha? Above and below. One will be on the other end, okay, here, and one will be here. Okay with that? Yeah. So I want you to draw this diagram and actually right above it only. There cannot be more than 2 tangents parallel to a given secant. There cannot be 2 tangents, more than 2 tangents parallel to a given secant. Now, guys, let me try to explain it once again. Okay, here we have a circle. Okay, forget the wheel, forget the thing. Okay, we have a circle. Okay, now we have a tangent here. This is not a good circle. We have a circle and we have a tangent here. The theorem states that, so the circle has many radius, no, infinite number of radius, right? That particular radius which is touching the point of contact of this tangent, that particular radius OM will be perpendicular to L. That's the tangent. That's what the theorem is saying. Okay, so we're going to assume that this radius is, so the given part is radius is passing through the point of contact. That's given. There is a tangent that's also given, and we'll prove that it is perpendicular to the tangent. Okay, understood the basic idea behind this? I'm going to write the given and to proof. You need to draw a circle quickly. Okay. Draw a tangent to it also. Let this tangent be called xy, and let the radius be OP. Okay, that radius which is touching the point of contact is P. Okay, so our given part, you see you're drawing and writing along with me. Okay, our given part is that xy is a tangent to a circle with center O. Okay, to the circle with center O, or you can write to the circle, just that much is also even enough. P is the point of contact of xy. P is the point of contact, that much is also enough, of xy to the circle, that also you can write. Xy and the circle. Let's write P is the point of contact, that much is enough. Okay, and the next thing that's given is OP is the radius. This is not given, this is something which we are observing only. OP is the radius passing through the point of contact. Okay. Passing through P. Passing through P is enough. Okay. That's my given. My to prove is what? Deepak, try karo. Okay, Tulsi, go ahead. Perfect, Tulsi. Okay, good job. We good with this? Take this down. We'll go ahead to the proof. Okay, I want your attention here. This is not a proof, like it's more like a proof by contradiction type proof, but not even that actually. It's a very logical, just an argument. Just we'll give arguments here. Okay, so I want your attention with me on the board. Okay, now what are we going to do? First, before we go into proof, okay, I want you to remember what will be the shortest distance between a point and a line. What will be the shortest distance? How will I find that, Dikshit? We have to drop a perpendicular. This is our existing knowledge. Okay, if the perpendicular, the shortest distance will be along the perpendicular only. Okay, from any point to any line. Okay, we good with that? Okay, now keeping that knowledge in the back of our minds, let's approach this thing. Okay, take any point Q on this, sorry, take any point Q on this tangent. Okay, other than P. Okay, now you join OQ. All right, take any point Q on this tangent XY and join OQ. Now think about it. Okay, if Q lies outside the circle, it is longer than P, right? If Q lies outside the circle, it's longer than P. That's okay, because radius will get over here, and we already know OP is radius. Right? For this point to be shorter than P, for this point, for OQ to be shorter than P, it should lie inside the circle. Q should lie inside the circle. But suppose Q lies here, then my XY will become like this, no? So XY will become, will XY be a tangent? XY will become a dash, Asgar. XY will become a, uska word kya hai? Abhi pada. One more word we learned just now. Tangent nahi to what will it be? Secant. For it, 2 points mein intersect karega. Yeah, it will become a secant. It will no longer be a tangent. So for if so, no, this is like Q is lying on the. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. This Q is lying. If Q is lying on the circle, it will become. If Q is lying on the circle, it will become a secant. If Q is lying inside the circle, then also I think it will become a secant, no?
Yes.
OP will go like this, right? Then also it will become a secant. It will no longer remain a tangent. So our given only will become false. Correct. If our given becomes false, that's not something we can accept, no? We cannot go against the given thing. So we are, it's like contradicting the known truth. Okay. So our Q has to lie outside the circle. Is that okay? The point Q which we assumed has to lie outside the circle, which means OP has to be the shortest distance between the point O to the line XY. There is no other distance OQ which is possible, which will be shorter than OP. Okay with that? For it to be shorter or even equal, it has to lie on the circle or it has to lie inside the circle, correct? That's not happening. Which means if OP is the shortest distance between O and XY, which means MG, OP is perpendicular to XY. Got that? Samjhe? Because shortest distance matlab it has to be perpendicular, right? That's our previous knowledge. Good with that, everyone? So you're going to write this argument down, okay? We're going to write it as the book, the language in which the book uses, but how are we feeling about it? Are we at a 5 about this argument? Okay? Professor, not at 5. Tulsi is at 4, that's okay. Abhi is at 5, great. Dilruba, 5. Shripriya, Kishan, how are you feeling? 4-ish. Bindu? 5, okay. Let's take it down, okay? All right. Now, okay. Proof. Take a point Q on XY other than P and other than P, okay? Join OQ. Yes. Other than, sorry, ma. Other than P, okay? Join OQ, all right? Now, if Q lies on the circle or inside the circle, then XY will become a secant and not a tangent. Is that okay? Therefore, OQ is greater than OP. Okay. Therefore, OP is the, okay, let's write it like this. No, let's not jump directly. Okay, this will happen. Now, don't write therefore here. This will happen. This will be true, or this will happen for every point on the line XY except the point P. Correct? This will happen for every point on the line XY except the point P. Therefore, POP is the shortest of all distances, or not from the radius, it is the radius, no? Of all distances from where to where? From center to the tangent, okay? From O to the tangent XY. Therefore, OP is perpendicular to XY. Yeah, but if you are clear with the logic, you can write it in your own words. Now, if you think about it carefully, using this same logic, you can conclude that only one tangent is possible at one point, right? because there will be only one point to that touching line which will be at perpendicular distance which will fall good with that. If using the same logic, okay, or the if because I'll tell you why, okay, because if the tangent has to be perpendicular, okay, tangent has to be perpendicular, however I make it, there will only be one line which will be perpendicular at this point, no, to this radius, correct? There is only one perpendicular at this point, no. If I extend this also, there will be only one line which is perpendicular, no, at this point. So always the tangent will, if I keep on drawing also, it will fall on the same place, okay. So the there will be only one tangent at any given point of the circle. Okay with that, Asghar? ठीक है, इसको ऐसे थोड़ा और देख लेते हैं. I take one point, okay. I'm joining OM, okay. 1 second, it's stuck. Okay, OM. I have to draw a perpendicular here. It will be the tangent. How many perpendiculars I can draw? One only, correct? One perpendicular only I can draw here. That will be the tangent. Okay with that? Any confusion? All right. Now, this particular line, no, this particular actually this line can be extended, no. If you see, tangent radius to the point. Now this particular radius, okay. If I extend this radius, okay, we say that this particular line which I've drawn, L is perpendicular to xy. Okay. There is another word for perpendicular which we have not used so much, but it's something which you should know. The word is normal. Okay. Have you used it in science? Yes, sir. Angle of incidence. Yes, sir. Angle of incidence. Angle of reflection. Huh? What is the perpendicular at this point called? It's called the normal. Okay. Normal is another alternative word for perpendicular. Yes, we can use it. Is an accepted word. Don't use it in perpendicular place, but use it in this particular context. In circles, you will say that the radius which is normal to the tangent. Okay, I'll just say the normal to the tangent. By that you mean that line which goes through the center and the point of contact. Okay, so we'll write this down. Normal is the line passing through normal to the tangent. Okay, normal to the tangent at point of contact. Okay, normal to the tangent at point of contact. Okay, you can just write, actually simply you can write in the above diagram, OP is the normal to the tangent, or you can write the line passing through the center and the point of contact of a tangent. Point of contact of a tangent. Okay. It is called normal because it is perpendicular. Please don't ask me why is it called normal then, because normal has another English meaning. I have no idea. I did not even try to find it out. Please. Passing through a short form THROUGH through the it is called normal because THROUGH. Okay, it's all normal because it is perpendicular to the point to the tangent. Okay, you will see it in many different in other scientific areas also. You will be using the word normal, but basically it is another way of saying perpendicular, the line which is perpendicular. Yes, Bindu. A tangent. Sorry guys, I will focus on writing a little bit more neatly. Last few days I have not been writing. It is also said that it is normal Sometimes we also hear that it is normal to the circle at that point. Okay. Now this language also you'll hear normal to the circle at that point basically means perpendicular to the tangent. Are you understanding it? Normal to the circle at a given point is you draw per tangent and you draw the perpendicular. Okay, it will contain that radius which is perpendicular. Okay with that? Sometimes we use a language that the normal to the circle at a given point. Okay, that language is you'll see sometimes. It basically means you have a circle at this point, which will be the normal. You draw the tangent at this point, and then you draw the line which is perpendicular to it. But that will automatically contain the center, correct? Because this perpendicular will only be one. Okay with that? That's the OP is the radius here. वो अपने आप हो जाएगा अगर तुम perpendicular बनाओगे to the tangent at that point. Okay, good with that. So sometimes they'll not say normal to the tangent, they'll also say normal to the circle at that point. Circle to goal hai na. How can you draw something perpendicular? You cannot, right? So you have to draw the tangent and then draw the perpendicular. Got it? What I'm talking about? Okay. All right. Now, let's explore this idea. Okay, how write the heading as number of tangents from an external point, number of tangents to a circle from an external point. Now think of now there is a circle here. Okay, I should be able to shape circle. Circle again.
Yes, you can.
Let me try. Okay, chalo. Yeah. So there is a circle here. Now, there's an external. They're talking about an external point, which is the point lies outside the circle on the exterior. Okay. Take this point T, or take this point T. Okay. Now, how many tangents do you think we can draw which is passing through P? Tulsi is ready? Okay. What do you think? How many tangents can you draw to this circle? Tangent should be the line should be tangential to this circle, but it should also pass through P. How many such you can draw? Show me on your hands if you have an answer which fits in your hands. No, take your time, take your time. What's your answer? Answer is kitna answer? 2. Deepak? 0. Okay, how many have an answer other than 2? Deepak only. Okay, Deepak, can you give me an argument for your answer? Deepak is saying 0. Or you can come on the board and show me how 0. So the challenge is that I have to draw a tangent and it should also pass through P. Bindu, can you come on the screen and show us how it's possible? You said 2, right? Can you show us how it's possible? Deepak, you need to see this. Yes, show Deepak. Okay. Yes. Okay, Deepak. 2 tangents are possible. Good with that? Yeah, very logical. Don't need a proof for that. Yeah. Okay, so here there are 2 tangents possible. That is this. So from any external point, okay, from any external point, I can draw 2 tangents, right? So I want you to draw this, okay? Take an external point and also draw the 2 tangents. Okay. There are exactly two tangents to a circle through a point lying outside the circle. Okay with this? And you draw this diagram, and let's mark this as X and Y. The point of contact, let's mark it as X and Y. Okay. All your questions will revolve around a figure which looks like this. Okay. Most of your questions will be around this figure. Okay. Something to do with this. Okay. You'll see as you go ahead. Yeah. All that. Okay. Now, what you need to also understand is one more important thing here. That's the definition involved here. Okay. Now, this particular tangent is the whole line, no? Tangent is this whole line L. Can you look at the board? Tangent is this entire line L, right? But when we say, if we say length of the tangent, then how much it will be? Infinite, no? But that's not what's going to be, okay? That's not how we're going to think about it. We're going to think about the length of the tangent as the length of this line segment, xp, okay? xp and xyp are the two lengths of the tangent from lengths of the two tangents from P. Okay, so we can write this as yes, they will be equal. That's our next theorem and the only other theorem in this chapter. Okay? Yeah, theorems are only that much. We have a few questions, one or two exercises. Yeah. Okay, though. You guys, write this down, please. 1 second, I'll come to your questions. The length of the segment of the tangent from the external point P to the point of contact the external point P and to the point of contact with the circle is called length of the tangent. Underline that, length of the tangent from the point P to the circle. So you can say that is, for example, you can say in the above diagram, the length of yp or xp will be the length of the tangent from P to the circle. Okay with that? This will be important because sometimes the questions will be given without a diagram and with just language. Length of the tangent from an external point to a circle is 8 centimeter. You have to understand that xp is 8 centimeters. Okay with that? If you are following this, okay. Take things down, 2 minutes. And 0. Okay. For the sake of the recording, so theorem 15c, we are proving that the lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. We have already seen that only 2 tangents are possible. Those 2 tangents are equal. And Tulsi has already shown me the proof. Only your congruence criteria was wrong. What was your thing? Also doing by congruence? What is the method that you guys were using, Dinesh? You made a triangle. Great. SAS you were using. S. Let's see if that's possible. Okay. Now here, so you joined basically you joined O to that point of contact, right? So this will be a construction. I'm going to do my construction in red. So these are the 2 constructions that you did. Okay, and maybe this also. All right. So let me do that. So here we have, let's call this point of contact as M and N, and OP will join here. Okay. So what was your logic? Can I hear from? I'll come to you, Tulsi. Can I hear from those who say SAS? Definitely. Okay. Yeah. What else? OB is common. Okay. Definitely. And which angle are we talking about? Angle M and angle N. Is it between these two? MOP कैसे पता तुमको? You don't know angle MOP and angle NOP, right? But you know this angle. This is right angle. Right angle hypotenuse side RHS. Okay, we go to that. Everything else is fine. Only your criteria was not correct. Can come back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take this down. Okay, given P is a point. Tulsi and who all were there? Bindu, Deepak, Dinesh, and Dilruba. I'm going to give you guys 5 each, okay? But it would have been 10 if you guys had set the correct congruence criteria, okay? P is an external point to the circle, is a point external to the circle, okay? Or outside the circle, whichever language you want to use, okay? And MP and MN are the tangents from MP and NP, MP and PN are tangents from P to the circle. All right. Now to prove, are we writing properly? To prove MP is equal to PN. Okay, my proof will be from constructing what? Join OM and ON. Okay, either outside the circle लिखा ना with center O लिख दो ताकि वो clear हो जाए कि O is the center. Okay, outside the circle with center O. So please write this blue thing now. This blue thing. See, P is a point outside the circle with center O. Okay, so clear हो जाएगा कि O is the center. Join OM and ON. Okay. Join OM, ON and OP, okay, and OP also, okay. Now you see in triangle OMP and triangle ONP, we have these two triangles. What do we say? We say that angle OMP is equal to angle ONP is equal to 90 degree. That is the right angle. OP is equal to OP, common, okay, and hypotenuse also, and ON is equal to, OM is equal to ON. The reason is both are, what is the reason, Dikshit? Both are radius, okay, radii. Why is the OM is equal to ON? Because both are radii, okay. So therefore, triangle OMP is congruent to triangle ONP. Okay, right angle on right angle. I'm just thinking about that when I'm thinking of the, and obviously OM on ON. So based on that, I'll get, if you make the mapping, you will get this. Okay, this is by RHS criteria. Therefore, what's my conclusion? MP is equal to PN by CPCT.
Sir, when we write angle OM is equal to 90 degrees, the reason
correct. Sorry, I forgot the reason here. The reason is radius.
yeah.
You cannot write theorem 14C, obviously. No one in the exam knows that. So radius passing through point of contact. Let's write this actually. Thank you very much, Riza. I missed it. Passing through point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent. Okay. That's your reason. Therefore, MP is equal to PN, hence proved. Okay, there is a corollary, or there is another conclusion which we can draw from this same, using the same flow of logic. Okay, there's another conclusion which we can draw, and this conclusion is, if these two triangles are congruent, we've already said these two triangles are congruent, right? It's not actually corollary, but let's see. These two triangles are congruent, which means this full angle is divided into half by this line, correct? Because this angle and this angle also has to be equal. Yes. This angle and this angle has to be equal, right? Because both triangles are congruent, which means OP is the bisector of angle MON. Are we okay with that? Yes. Same way, this angle and this angle also have to be equal. So OP is also the bisector of angle MPN. Are we good? Yeah. So let's write this also. Okay. Note करके लिखेंगे. We'll write it as a note. In the above diagram. Okay. In the above diagram, by CPCT. Okay. Angle MOP is equal to angle MON. Angle MOP is equal to angle MON, and angle MPO is equal to angle NPO. Okay with that? This is by CPCT, right? In the above, continuing the above proof only. Okay. Now, therefore, OP is the angle bisector. You all know what angle bisector is? OP is the angle bisector of both angle angle MON and also angle MPN. Okay. Now think about it like this, okay? If suppose you did not have the center, we can say we did not have the center, you had the circle, you did not have the center, you had the tangents, okay? If we know how to construct angle bisector. In 8th class we had learned, we'll see that, visit that again, okay? If we are constructing the angle bisector, we can say that the center will lie on the angle bisector of this angle, correct? Yes. The center will lie on the angle bisector of this angle. Deepak samjhe? This angle is, there's one angle here. If we make the angle bisector of that angle, we can say center is somewhere on that line. Good with that? So that's a corollary. That's one thing which we're going to write. Oh my God. What? Yeah. Correct. Yeah, correct. If it's for this particular tangent, yeah. Oh, that's a very good point. Now, Dikshit, if I have to find the center of a circle, okay. Last year also we had learned another method, but suppose using tangents. This is my circle, okay. This is my circle, and I have to find the center of the circle, and I have this tangent, okay. I have these two tangents. I'll draw the angle bisector. Okay. I have one more tangent here. One more set of tangents here. Two tangents are here. I will draw the angle bisector. Where they intersect is my center of the circle. I'm not. Where do you tell me how to draw? Come and show me.
It's like sir, one is and one is one tangent and the other coming.
That's the meeting point of the tangent. I have to find the angle bisector at that meeting point. This is my point, external point. Now, here the angle bisector is this. Did you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. Where these two will intersect, that's also a point. That will be my circle. Okay. The center of the circle. Now, let's write this down also. Therefore, okay, the center lies on the bisector of the angle between the two tangents. The two tangents from the same external point. Okay. You have a minute to take things down. Alright, guys, we're copying down this question. And then, just to clarify, do we understand the meaning of the word concentric? What is the meaning of the word concentric, Shri Priya? Concentric. Concentric circles, matlab? Ignore the diagram. You tell me. You remember this? We have discussed this before, or like last year, I think. With one center point, not one radius. Okay, very good. Circles with the same center are called concentric. Okay. So we're going to draw these two circles, concentric circles, and just to understand this question a little bit more, let's spend a. Let's keep listening to me as we're drawing these concentric circles. Okay. The chord of the larger circle, which touches the smaller circle. What does this mean? Okay. Eyes on the board for a minute. Chord of the larger circle, which touches the smaller circle, means I have a chord here. It is chord for bigger one. Okay. It is chord for, let's C1 be the bigger circle. It's chord for this one. But for C2, it is tangent. Okay. Touches. The word touches is used. Can you see this? We talked about it, that a tangent touches the circle at the point of contact. Okay. The saying the chord of this larger circle which touches the point of contact, which touches the smaller circle, is bisected at the point of contact. Means here it is bisected, it is saying. That's what we are going to prove. That's what we have to prove. Okay with that? Take down the figure. Is bisected at the point of contact. Who is bisected? What is bisected? Which, can you tell on the figure which thing is bisected at point of contact? Are they telling us to prove? P is the point of contact. What is bisected at P? No. Okay, stay with me here. Now in this sentence, okay, stay with me here. In this sentence, the sentence starts from here. Prove that into two concentric circles. Already we drew. Okay. Now after this, the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. That is the whole subject of the sentence. Okay. Chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle, which is basically which one? AB. AB is the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. Okay. This thing is bisected at the point of contact. Got it? AB is bisected at the AP is equal to PP. That's what we have to prove. Okay. Good, Manisha. Clear with that? As we break the sentence down into subject and predicate. Think where is it starting? Mostly after that we are getting the to prove part. Okay. This whole thing is the subject. Okay. This is bisected at the chord at the center of the circle. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into this. Now here we have given is, let's take these two circles. Given is C1 and C2 are two concentric circles with different radii, correct? Very important, because if they are with the same radii, they are basically the same circle. All right, and we also have the chord that is given. Okay, AB is a chord of the larger circle C1. Just for the sake of labeling, we are using C1 and C2. Okay, generally we don't have a label like this names for circles. Okay, for an ease we can use sometimes. Okay, There's no like standard way of denoting this circle ko kaise, or it's not there at least in our textbooks. So I don't know if there is a way or not. Okay.
Sir, then in this,
We can use, yes. AB is a part of the larger circle C1, which is tangential. Can I use this word now instead of using touch?
Yes.
Which is tangential to smaller circle C2. At which point? At point P. Okay. I could have written another sentence saying P is the point of contact, but enough. Okay. We go to this. Dilruba, ठीक है? Dilruba? Bindu, we following this? To prove, can you tell me Bindu quickly? Okay.
AB,
We discussed just now, Bindu. Take a minute to read and tell. Others copy in the meantime. AP is equal to PB. Fantastic. Okay. AP is equal to PB basically, or you can also write this AB is bisected at P. Okay. Is bisected at P. This is also a fair way of writing. Okay with that? Yeah, everyone? We get into the proof now. Last proof of the day. Proof. You know what? What is happening at the point P? Anyone? Yes. Fantastic, MG. So O is perpendicular, OP is perpendicular to AB. Fantastic. Where can I go from there? You're going on the right track. Manisha. Okay, but maybe I don't need a triangle. Do you know a previously existing theorem which can solve our problems now? Yes, Riza. Perpendicular drawn to the chord will bisect the chord. Theorem number? Yesterday's thing? Number 3C. Correct. Over. That's all. We have to just show that there is a perpendicular there. That's all. It's over. It's a one-step proof. Okay. Now, so our thing is what? Join OP. Okay. OP is perpendicular to AB. Why? Reason is what? Why is for OP perpendicular to AB? नहीं यार, उसके पहले थ्योरम बोला था ना भी.
The tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius of a point.
Can you read that out slowly once again? The tangent
At any point of a circle is perpendicular to.
ठीक है, चलो. Wait, we'll write it like this. AB is tangent. Let's write it like this. AB is tangent. OP is radius at point of contact. Correct? Actually, we should write it before. Okay. Let's write it like this. Yeah. No. Let's write it like this. It has to be written properly. Okay. AB is tangent. Okay. At point P. OP is radius at point of contact of AB. Therefore, AB is perpendicular to OP. Correct? This now the reason comes. What is the reason here? Pehla theorem kya tha?
The radius passing through point of contact is perpendicular to the.
Okay, radius passing through point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent. Yeah, that's theorem 14C, but you have to write the full theorem. Okay. Now we know AB is OP is perpendicular. Actually, let's write. You can write OP is perpendicular to AB, AB to perpendicular to A, same thing, eh? But it would have been better to write OB perpendicular to AB. Okay, no problem. Therefore, AP is equal to PB. I can directly write. Therefore, AP is equal to. Now I want you to notice this. Okay, when we are talking in this first one, in this part, we are talking in circle. For which circle we are talking about? This tangent for which circles? Yes, Deepak, smaller circle. So this is in circle C2. Okay. Now in the next part we are talking about in circle C1 because we're taking it as a chord. Okay. Therefore, in circle C1, AB is perpendicular to OP. Already we know. Okay, we know that OP is perpendicular to AB. This is shown above. Okay, from 1. Therefore, AP is equal to PB. Reason is क्या था theorem 3C पढ़ दो एक बार पूजा.
From the center to a chord bisected.
Perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. Good with this? Now, which one is the chord? AB is the chord, center is O. We've drawn that, bisects the chord. Hence, proved. Or you can write one more sentence. Therefore, AB is bisected at P. Hence, proved. Okay, रुको यार, copy this down.
Yes.